favorite time of the year.
Yeah.
It's playoff percentage season.
Ooh.
It's where we break down the teams that have just a slimmer of a chance, and then you got another ones, and it's like, well, we get this and this and this. Right now, as we enter this week, the Buffalo Bills have a 14% chance of making the playoffs. That's not good. It's not just the Chiefs that they have to play. They play the Cowboys still. They still have to play the Dolphins again. 14% chance. And this is a true test of that locker room. Because some teams say 14% chance, well, then it's over. We lost the season in Philly. It's done. And the bye week was nice, but it was probably too late. And then there's those few teams in NFL history that look at that and say, so you're telling me there's a chance? And they look at each other, and you look at Josh Allen, and Kyle, to your point, Josh, you were on the cover of Madden this year, not 2 years ago. You were the best player by the fans and by the EA folks this year. And you look at Von Miller, like, okay, you're on the field still. You are a $120 million defender. Can you lead us and get us some big plays to help us get that defense in order so we're not giving up 500 yards and that we could somehow win? There have been injuries. There have been coordinators fired. There has been all sorts of turmoil in that building. But they're going to a place that they're not scared of. They've won in Arrowhead before. Josh Allen has had some of his best games in Arrowhead before. Even the playoff game they lost, Josh Allen would probably say that's his best game as an NFL professional. That place is not a house of horrors for the Buffalo Bills. And this season should not necessarily be a house of horrors for the Bills. 14% chance. Look at each other in the locker room. You had a long bye. No team is more rested. Figure it out. You've got still plenty of football left to go. And there is an 86% chance you will not make the playoffs, but you can't focus on that. Focus on the 14.
When you say Arrowhead, do you mean Allenhead?
What?
I'm just joking.
Burrowhead was not the thing to do.
No, it wasn't. But you hinted about it. He's played pretty well there in that great playoff game. I don't think everybody understands how well he has played there. 4 games at Arrowhead Stadium. Bring it up. Look at the numbers that Josh Allen's put up at that formidable place. All right? 315 passing, 61 rushing. He throws so many interceptions. 12-1, and the one that he threw was 4 years ago? Passer rating 114. He's spectacular. Not good, not great, spectacular. Now, he's 2-2. He doesn't always win. We know sometimes that doesn't come down to what he does there, but he plays better at Arrowhead than he does in Buffalo. He is so comfortable there. And he had this cool quote last year about when he was going there in the regular season, a game which they won, and talking about the atmosphere and the volume there. And he was like, it is the loudest stadium in the world, but it also can be the quietest stadium in the world. Like, oh, Josh, I just got goosebumps. Look at you. And he can say that because he is completely unaffected by the noise. A lot of people go in there and shrink. He's amazing in that stadium. So you go in there, you ride him. It's going to be a big 17 game. The legs are fresh. You're off the bye. He's locked in. He was asked yesterday, somebody floated him the question about, hey, have you thought about that Taylor Swift might be there? And he goes, they always have a great atmosphere there. I'm looking forward to that atmosphere.
Wasn't even engaging.
Bam, right through it. No laugh, no wink, no I'm going to play ball with you. Locked in. I think, I've said this before, I think the Bills are in a double elimination tournament right now, meaning they can lose once the rest of the season and probably still make the playoffs. I know you said 14%. Yeah. If you lose 2 games, it's a wrap. You're a 500 team. I think you have to go 4-1 and finish 10-7. So it's like they know what time it is. They know he's played better in that stadium in those games than Mahomes has played, and that's his home stadium. So keep doing that. Hopefully the defense gets a few breaks. I don't know what they're showing up with, but you got to ride 17. Jay, you talk about sometimes this is a classic Superman game. You have to be incredible. Rush for 100, throw for 380. Like you're going to have to go nuts in this game, and he can.
I want to just jump in and ask you, because you did the podcast with Josh Allen last year. I don't think we've ever seen Josh Allen in this. We've always been the young upstart guy going for it. But he then got crowned. And now he's the guy that's got to carry the team from the depths. We've never seen that from Josh Allen yet, where we need 4 wins in 5 weeks, something like that. Do you think this is rare air for him? Is he ready for that ride?
Yeah, probably rare air even in college and high school. Josh, we're in the playoffs now at this point. Just win every single week. You have to do whatever the hell you can. And there's this whole other thing where, let's say he does win this weekend and he does have the Superman game. Like, there's going to be an actual Josh Allen MVP conversation come storming back with Purdy and Hurts because his numbers are huge. So I don't think he has been in the situation, but I can't wait because with that Josh Allen aggressiveness that sometimes I call craziness, like, he may unleash the beast this weekend. He may be hurdling people, lateraling, all that stuff, whatever he has to do.
That always makes me nervous, though, when you have Josh Allen putting all that pressure on him and saying that he's got to do it and he's got to carry the team. And it's like, I don't know if I want to see that Josh Allen because a lot of times that's the one that's like a little out of control and a little hero ball-esque. But then on the flip side, when you get him locked in, it's one of the best performances that you've seen.
No doubt about it, and that's what we all say as analysts, is they got to find other people to get involved. But the truth of the matter is, it is Josh Allen. When they've won and they've been at their best, it has been him. And you talk about him being in rare air. This matchup we've seen the last few years, every time these teams are playing, especially if it's a game this late in the season, usually going in, we're like, all right, they're going to be playing for who's going to have home field, who's going to get the bye week. And Kyle, you just said it. This is the Josh Allen that we need to see if we're going to talk about the Bills making the playoffs. This was the last season. This was a hell of a game, back and forth this entire game between these two teams. This is in the fourth quarter. This is in the last drive to win the game, to put them up 24-20. And this was Josh Allen. He made throws in that drive. He jumped over a man in that drive. And this is the type of play you need from him. In the last 2 weeks, they have gotten that play. He's thrown for over 600 yards in the last 2 weeks, and it's 2 interceptions. One of them was a Hail Mary at the end of the half, and then Bradbury got him on the other one. So you talked about offensive coordinator change. Joe Brady, that's been different for him. But they're going to need to put it on his back. If they're going to go to the playoffs, Kyle, to your point, Josh Allen's going to be in the MVP conversation because the only way that 14% is fulfilled, he goes on an absolute tear, and we see the best version of him game in and game out. That's limiting the interceptions, but there are going to be a few. There's going to be a fumble or two in that because that is the style in which he plays, but it's going to incorporate him running over people, jumping over people, and throwing the ball 50, 60 yards in the air if they're going to make the playoffs because, like different players have said that have been in Buffalo, it all goes off of 17. They don't use his name. They just go 17 because that's the caliber of player he is.
And we saw the vintage Josh Allen against the Eagles at the end of that game, and definitely in the second half. But it can't all be on Josh Allen. They have to run the ball, and they've been doing that with Joe Brady. Last 2 games, they've used that rotation of James Cook, of Latavius Murray, of Ty Johnson now. Ty Johnson now getting more touches with Joe Brady in there. He's catching the ball out of the backfield, too. He had a touchdown in the game against the Jets. But last 3 games, if you go back to the game before Joe Brady took over, Broncos, Jets, and Eagles, the Bills are averaging 165 rushing yards per game, and the Chiefs' run defense has been an issue. Last 7 games, they're allowing a ton of rushing yards per game. Only twice this season, they've kept opponents under 100 rushing yards. Nick Bolton, his absence has played into that. He's trending to play this week, so could be a little bit more of an issue than before, but they need to run the ball. So
we'll talk Chiefs tomorrow, too. Like, they have this whole side of it we have to get to.
No doubt about it.
I was watching the Josh Allen press conference yesterday. It's just, he's asked so many times about the Chiefs and Mahomes, and, like, he just sticks to the script. And they're like, is this something extra when it's you against Patrick? They want it out of him so bad. And he'll always say, Patrick's one of the great guys, and he's even better person than he is a player. He has this straight script that he does every time, but then they'll go at it. Can't